Hello! It's been a while. I was away for a month, but I'm back. I'm happy to be back creating content, music related content. I was a month away from home. I was in Sweden and in Austria, and of course, I did some record shopping and I went to a couple of concerts, and I wanted to share with you a little bit about my August, what it looked like, what I got, and all of that. There were some records that came to my place while I was away, so I'm gonna show you those too. Okay, starting with, I went to Gothenburg on August 8th to see Chapel Roan. I will insert some of the clips here, and I just have no words for her. She is an amazing performer. Her voice is, we already knew that her voice was incredible, but seeing her live, experiencing it live was unbelievable. And the decoration on stage, the outfit, the makeup, the band, the effects, everything that makes up the whole show. It's so coherent with her whole aesthetic, and I was so excited to see what outfit she was gonna wear that day, and she looked like a fairy. I just had a great time with my friend, and funnily enough, that was my first festival ever. I'm not like a big fan of crowds, and I don't know, I have always preferred just normal concerts with one artist and an opener or two than a festival. And I enjoyed the experience. I don't know if I would do it again though. I'm in my 30s, and that also has a lot to do with it. But yeah, Chapel, she's great. And days before, she released the Subway, and so I had about 5 days to just memorize the lyrics, and I think that was my favorite song live, so it was worth it. As for record shops, first we went to Stockholm's Skivbors. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but I'll put the name in here. It's close to Odenplan, and I got 2 records there. There was a lot of things that I wanted to get from there because they have a great selection of old records, and they have some Dylan from the 60s UK edition, and I don't know, I don't remember right now, but it was a hard decision. Firstly, I went with ABBA's Greatest Hits Volume 2. I used to have an ABBA record of Greatest Hits 2, but I don't have it anymore, and I thought that it would be great to have one that I bought from Sweden. So this one has hits like Gimme Gimme Gimme, Money Money Money, Dancing Queen, Chiquitita, Take a Chance on Me. So I think it's a great find. And then I went with The Graduates soundtrack, and this is, as you know, by Simon and Garfunkel, and it's a classic and it's amazing, but it's a Japanese edition, and it even has an insert. I'll show you. Here it is. Only in Japanese. So I'm really happy with that purchase too. Up next, I went to Pet Sounds in Södermalm in Stockholm, and I wanted to get Shane's Food for Worms. It was in this purple edition, but I knew that back home I had this waiting for me, which is the same record in cassette format, because my new setup has a cassette player, and so I decided to start my cassette collection with that album. So I didn't pull the trigger on the vinyl version, which I now regret, of course, but I did get one, which is Barrett by Syd Barrett. I really like Syd Barrett, and he was one of my favorites when I was in high school, and this is my favorite record by him. I'm really happy to have Baby Lemonade forever in physical form in my collection. So I got this from that store, just this, but it's a very cool store. I'm gonna insert some clips of what I saw there, and my friend and I just browsing around. And finally, in Stockholm, I went to Bengans in Drottninggatan, and that is my favorite record shop in Stockholm. I used to live there, and so that was the place where I always went to buy records. And this time, it was no exception, and I bought 3 records. First up, we have A Complete Unknown's soundtrack. As you know or may not know, if you don't follow me on Instagram, you might not know. If you do, you know that I'm a big Bob Dylan fan. And even though I like this movie, I prefer I'm Not There, but that's another topic. I really enjoyed Timothée Chalamet's rendition of Bob Dylan songs, and so I decided to get this one. And what I like about this one is that the format looks a lot like Bob Dylan's albums, you know, from the 60s. And it is also red, which I think fits really well with the aesthetic. Let me show you the inserts and the record itself. It has this really nice insert that I think it would be nice to frame and put in my office. And then this is the sleeve, which is even prettier, I think. The credits, and this really nice opaque red with the Columbia label, which I think is also really nice. And yeah, tell me if you have seen I'm Not There and A Complete Unknown, and which one you prefer. I would like to listen to your opinions. Then I got Viagra Boys' latest record, which is called Viagra Boys. If you don't know them, they are this Swedish band. So again, I was really into the theme of buying local artists, and this record came out in April, and I have been listening to it a lot, and I really enjoy it. I think that Viagra Boys reminds me of the feeling that Blink-182 gave me when I was a teenager, which was rock with these lyrics that are like funny and unserious, but at the same time can talk about different serious things like politics and social issues, but being funny and irreverent. So here is the, let me open it up. Here is the sleeve, and I was really happy to get the baby blue version. I'm glad I waited because I was going to order it online through Amazon, and it was like the black version, so I'm happy I waited and bought it in their hometown. To continue and finish with the Swedish theme, here we have Thomas Stenström Sverige. So this record actually came out while I was in Stockholm, and I bought it like a week later after its release. So I listened to it while it came out during that week, and I really liked it. And the thing is, I really like the cover artwork because I love Sweden, but also I don't have anything in Swedish, and Swedish is one of my favorite languages. And so I really liked the album. It's right up my alley because it's pop, but with accompanied by acoustic guitar and a male voice, and so it's just black. And this is just asleep with the lyrics. And so I'm really looking forward to keep on listening to it. And then I went to Vienna with my best friend, and we decided we had to go to this record shop. I don't know exactly how it is pronounced. I don't know any German, but it's called Alt and New, I think, which is very famous because it appears in the movie Before Sunrise. If you have seen it, you know what I'm talking about. It's a record collector's hotspot, I think, and a touristy spot. We went just with, the sole purpose of going to this iconic place, but also I got Talking Heads' Remain in Light, which is also a great album. And the cool thing was that you're able to listen to the record before buying it, before pulling the trigger. And I'm gonna insert a clip of me here listening to it. And it's this white version, which I really like. And since it is a very iconic place, I bought a tote bag and a pin that I don't have right now. And the cool thing is that if you go to the store and you buy a piece of merch, they're gonna give you a little gift. They give you the choice to choose between a CD, a 7-inch, or a record, like a 12-inch. And they gave me this 12-inch, which I told them that I like folk music, and they gave me this. I haven't listened to it, but I think it's like folk songs that are supposed to be comedy. I'll tell you if I like it or not. I think it's interesting. And they also gave me a 7-inch. I think it was Donna Summers, and I gave it to my friend as a souvenir. And I think that's it from the record shops. Oh, I forgot to mention, I went to see the Smashing Pumpkins at Gröna Lund, which is Stockholm's amusement park, and it was great. I had to leave a little bit earlier, but I got to see many amazing songs, and here I will insert some videos of the little pieces that I was able to record. There was a lot of people, so I couldn't really see that clearly. One of the great things that happened while I was away was that The Hives, my favorite band, was releasing their new album on August 29th. They decided to make these listening parties in different cities around the world. And if you went to the listening party and buy the record, you would get access to exclusive merch. The thing is, I have already pre-ordered the album in 3 different formats, so I decided to buy the CD again, just to not buy another vinyl. And I don't have it here because I gifted it. I gave it to my sister because what am I gonna do with 2 CDs anyway? I don't have a player. So I'll just show you the merch. Also, another music-related adventure I had that month was I went to Fotografiska, which is the photography museum in Stockholm, and they had this amazing exhibition by Anton Corbijn, I think it's pronounced, which is an iconic, amazing photographer who was, really into rock music and photographed many of our favorite artists. There were some of the photographs where people like David Bowie, Leonard Cohen, Bob Dylan, Elvis Costello, Joy Division, U2, I mean, you name it. And every one of the pictures was just breathtaking. And just to see how his passion for music translated into his work was great to see. He also directed many music videos. So if you're in Stockholm or you're gonna be there soon, I think it's really worth your time to check it out. And so while I was away, I got, as I already told you, Shame's Food for Worms in cassette form. And I also got George Houston's Undesired on CD. I got it on CD because this one's not on vinyl, unfortunately. George Houston is an artist from Ireland that I adore. He is one of my favorite discoveries from last year. I think I discovered him like around Christmas last year or something, and I have been obsessed with him ever since. And he has, I think, like 4 different albums, and I think this one is my favorite. The song Undesired is great. It got me through tough times. And so I'm really happy to be supporting him. He's an indie artist, and so please give him a listen. Go check out his videos. His videos are great. I'm so excited every time he releases something because it's always so well thought out and it's always very on theme, and he just not releases music. He has this whole world created around each album. He also has this amazing voice. He sounds like he traveled to the future from the 1950s, and he's amazingly talented. So please go check him out. And I also got a vinyl on the mail from Micah P. Hinson, which is one of my favorite singer-songwriters. And it's this album, which is called Micah P. Hinson and the Gospel of Progress. This one is his debut album, and I gotta admit that this one wasn't my favorite. Like, I never really got into it that much, but the last few months I got obsessed with it. I discovered it when I was meant to, you know. I knew a couple of songs because I love his music, and of course I knew some of the famous ones from this one, but I think this record was especially relevant for me in the situations I was going through in my life. And so the thing is, this was released 20 years ago, and vinyl hadn't had its revival yet, and so if you wanted to get it, it was super expensive, but they decided to re-release it for the 20th anniversary just in time for me to get it when I was obsessed with it. And so here it is. And the great thing is that it's 2 LP release, and it looks so pretty because it's white. I haven't spun this one yet, but I'm so excited to have it finally for a normal price. I think it was limited to 1,000, but I think there's still some copies if you are interested. And so that summarizes the month of August for me. I hope it was interesting to hear me talk about what I did this month. And I want to know about you. What did you do this summer? What records did you buy or rediscovered? What artists did you see live or are seeing live this year? I'm really excited for the rest of the year and, you know, the albums that are coming. So share with me a little bit about what you're doing, what you're listening to. I always love to hear recommendations. And thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye.